is one of the pillars of Islam, expected to be performed at least once in a lifetime of believers that have the means. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria is in charge of preparation for Hajj pilgrimage for thousands of Nigerians that can afford it. However, this year's registration process has its own peculiar challenges, leaving many prospective pilgrims uncertain about their participation in the exercise. In the program, we shall be discussing the preparation of this year's Hajj operations, challenges and actions taken by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, to ensure a hitch-free exercise. Thanks for joining us. I am your carrier, Clinton. Welcome to Nigeria Today. Now, joining me in the studio to shed more light on preparations for Hajj 2024 is the Commissioner Operations, National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, Prince Anofiu Olarinwaju Elegushi. You're welcome to Nigeria.
Thank you.
It's good to have you, sir.
Nice to be with you.
Now, talk to us. What differentiates this year's Hajj preparation from the previous years?
Thank you. Little differences. Let's start from the fare. Because of non-availability of concession of dollar this time around, compared to last year when we have dollar at official rate for $456 naira per dollar. So this year there is no concession for no official rate for dollar. So that's, had an effect on the fare. So premiums pay more this year than last year. That's the area of fare. Then looking at the timetable sent by the Saudi authority, the timetable is not what we are used to before. So, but we still managed to go within that timetable. Although a lot of issues along the line, but we thank Almighty Allah that at the end of the day we are able to weather the storm. The timetable is also very different, and they are, in terms of grouping, it's also different. This time around we have to group in 45, pilgrims in 45, and then the reason for the grouping is to prevent stampede, most especially at the Jamrat, where we throw stone. So the issue of grouping too is new. So and then those are the Saudi will be issuing a card called Nusuk this time around. It's an identification card. It gives you access to Mina and Arafah. So if you don't have it, you won't be able to board the bus to Mina and Arafah. So that also is a new innovation by Saudi authority. So those are the new things that was put in place by the Saudi authority.
Okay, talking about the fare now, we understand the fare was increased like 3 times from, from the 2 point something it was last year to 4.5. Later it came to 4.9.
No, I think 3.6 last year.
Okay.
So it's not up to double.
Okay. So what as at this point is 8 point something.
So for the states, it's around 6 point something. No, but for the tour operators, I think it's around 8.5.
8.5. Okay. So what impact has this increase in fare had on the number of pilgrims? Because certainly...
Definitely it will affect the number of pilgrims, as we all know. Because pilgrims have to, struggle to get themselves a seat for the exercise. So it reduced the number of pilgrims. But one thing I noticed was that if not for the time, Nigerians are ready to utilize all the 95,000 slots. Because we can see a lot of people are still clamoring for, getting themselves a seat, a slot for the exercise. So, but for now, the price really affects
a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Even it's going to affect the operation too. So the exchange rate will affect operation, but we can still manage with them.
You tell us more about that. Now, the registration process, ended yesterday, right? It's a midnight yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens to those unable to complete their registration? Because some also complained that they were having hitch, network hitch, and all of that. So how can you?
Definitely, everything. We have timeline for everything, and we have even exceeded some of this timeline. So we have to plead with Saudi authority to give us a certain extension. Then we're supposed to wrap up by 29th of April, but the chairman of the commission also pleaded to the Saudi authority, requested for a mop-up period, and which was given. And but at the end of the timeline, at the end of the completion of the registration, we were able to register 51,871 from the states pilgrims, and about 13,468 from the tour operators, then about 1,887 from the Hajj saving scheme. So that brings it to a total of 67,226. So that means that this year 67,226 pilgrims will be going from Nigeria to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to perform the Hajj.
Okay. Now
so for the people that are not able to complete
the registration,
so there is room for them to be refunded through their respective states, and also any one of them that request for a rollover till next year, the chance is also there.
Okay, there are chances that
they can roll over, and they can get their money back from their respective state.
If you want to roll over,
if you want a
refund, and you're giving your complete
yes.
No deductions.
No deductions.
Okay. Now, the announcement of inaugural flight scheduled for May 15, 2024 with Kebbi State pilgrims. What is the schedule framework to complete this?
We, according to the schedule, we aim to complete our airlifting by 8th of June, and we are so optimistic about it, and that's why the inaugural flight will be on the 15th in Kebbi State. So at the same day, we'll be having 2 flights. They'll be, flying from Abuja. Nasarawa pilgrims will be flying from Abuja through Max Air, and then Air Peace will take lift pilgrims from FCT, also from Abuja Airport. So on the 15th, we'll be having 3 flights simultaneously.
Okay. Now, there's actually, before we go further, there's something I noticed, in the course of my research, that pilgrims from the north paid less than pilgrims from the south. Why is that variation?
If you look at the map, it's because of the travel time. So people at the up north, their travel time is lesser than people that are coming from the south. Okay. So, and the airlines we charge by the travel time. The travel time attracts the quantity of fuel, such flight we use. So that is why people at the top north, they fly lesser time than the people from the south.
Okay. Now, can you also update our viewer on the level of preparation in terms of accommodation, feeding, transportation, among others, in the Holy Land?
Yeah, thank you. The issuance of visa, by the Saudi Arabia, they've tied the issuance of visa to accommodation and feeding, accommodation in both Makkah and Medina. So they have tied the issuance of visa to. So if you don't have accommodation in both Makkah and Medina, and also a contract of feeding by the service provider and the NACON, Saudi will not issue such pilgrims a visa. So there is no how you can do it. And we've secured visa for all our pilgrims. So that means that we've secured both the accommodation, feeding both in Mecca and Medina. So in terms of that, the preparation is on top gear, and we have sorted out all that issue, the issue of accommodation and feeding. Also transportation, we've done a lot about that. We've settled that about accommodation, transportation in Saudi Arabia. So I don't think we have no issues about that.
Okay, now we also understand that NACON inaugurated the media team. So what's the kind of the synergy between the media team and other media personnel for these Hajj operations?
Thank you. As we all know, the importance of media, most especially at this age and time, and whatever you are doing, you need to showcase it, to let people know what you are doing, and the only people that can do that is the media. So we inaugurated our media team today, and the essence of having them on board is for them to report live what is happening in Saudi Arabia, so that our people at home, we have access to know what we've been doing. So, and also to guide us sometimes, because they will be all around, looking for, I would say looking for good and bad. That's media. So, but their own is to come back and tell us what is going on, and also to let the people at home really know what we are really doing there. So I think the having them on board is very, very important.
Is there some kind of live streaming or something that will be going on?
Some of them do it. Yeah, some of them go on live. Some of them, because we pick them from various media houses. So we have the print media, and, so including your NTA. So we have them all around.
Definitely, that will bring a smile on my face, right? Now, every Hajj exercise, comes with its own challenges, from new laws, guidelines, and so forth. What is new this year, and measures to ensure smooth, operation?
Nothing so new. Hajj is something that you have to continue learning about it. So what transpired last year may not even come on board this year. That is Hajj for you. Saudi Arabia with new laws and directives all the time. So I want to believe that there are no challenges so far, because we are able to work within their directives. So most especially in the area of the grouping, that is very, very important. They are not joking with the grouping, because the grouping is very important to them, or even to us, even important to our pilgrims, because the grouping is to prevent stampede. So they are really serious about it. So apart from that, nothing so different. We've been is a thing that we've been doing before, and I want to believe that we have capable hands to do it. A lot of challenges, yes. When you get there, even challenges that you don't even envisage, we come on board. But the capacity to address challenges is what I know that we have, capable team that can handle that. For example, the area of medical, we are going with 67,226 pilgrims. Definitely we must provide a medical backup for our pilgrims. So for that, we have also inaugurated the medical team, that comprises of doctors, nurses, pharmacy, and then pharmacy. So, and the essence of having them on board is to take care of the pilgrims, making use of the medical facilities provided by NACON. So we are all set. From all angles, we are all set.
Okay.
So we are set to face any challenges that may come our way. So pray that Almighty Allah that we cannot say we don't have challenges at all.
Yeah, definitely, it's part of it, right?
It's part of the exercise.
So is there any form of maybe orientation or briefing for the pilgrims before they leave, because as much as it is a spiritual exercise, some persons might even lose focus of the spirituality and think it's a showbiz thing, in this time and age where we have social media.
Enlightenment is key. When we are talking of Hajj exercise, enlightenment is key, because like 60% or 70% of these pilgrims have not even stepped on the plane before. So they are now leaving their home country, going to another, country entirely, with different laws, with different weather. So definitely enlightenment is very key. So, and we normally started the enlightenment from the state level. Every state keep on enlightening their pilgrims, telling them the do and don'ts, most especially the area of laws and directive of the Saudi authority, what they can bring in, what they can not. We've started that for a very long time, and we cannot stop. In some days now, you will keep on rolling out other enlightenment program that will be talking to the pilgrims. So enlightenment is very key when we are talking of, when we are discussing the issue of Hajj exercise. We cannot do away from enlightenment, and we'll continue to do it until, even when we get to Saudi Arabia, enlightenment must not stop. We must continue to enlighten them, giving them right directives till we come back to Nigeria. So it is very key that we talk to them to know that they are going there as an ambassador of our dear country. And I believe that with the level of screening at our state level, so everybody going for Hajj, I want to say larger percentage will be of good citizen of Nigeria.
Okay, is there any safety precautions that the pilgrims must have at the back of their minds that you want to share with some of them?
Weather is very, very important when we are talking of Hajj, because the weather over there is too harsh compared to very hot compared to our weather here in Nigeria. So we always tell them, take more fluid, always drink water. When you discover that the weather is too hot for you, just stay indoor, don't go out. So even the Saudi authority, when they discover that the weather is too hot, they send messages to everyone. If you see it on your phone, that today is very hot, don't go out, take more fluid. So that is very key. So you shouldn't stress yourself.
Okay. Some intending pilgrims, while they were doing the registration, some have complained of, technical hitch and all of that. I know you were able to, some of the complaints came to you. So how were you able to address some of their concerns, as regards the hitches they experienced during the registration and all of that?
This technology, and there is no how we'll make use of technology that there will be no a little bit of technical issues and all that. We have a lot of technical issues, some from our own side, even some majorly from even from the Saudi, from the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. So we experience a lot of technical issues, but as I'm speaking to you, we are able to address it, and even the tour operators, they've been, they've been processing their visas, issuing their visas, and I'm talking to you. So, although because they too they experience a lot of technical issues, so we're able to solve it. We have men already in Saudi Arabia that normally, anytime we have technical problem, they normally go to the ministry in person to go and escalate our problem to them, and they solve it. So we've been able to handle that, and as I'm speaking to you, we are having a very seamless visa issuance as I'm talking to you.
Now, it's very important for those that did not, okay, you've already told them they can come for their refund and all of that. I know somehow it also will affect their, them, well, will I say psychologically, that they were not able to, pull through. Because you know what it means. Somebody prepares to go for this pilgrimage, and eventually you you're not able to succeed. So what advice will you have for such persons at this point?
Hajj is a spiritual journey. It's not a journey that you just think, you just sleep and wake up and say, it's not London, it's not America, and I can say I'm going to America, tomorrow I'm going to London tomorrow. It's a spiritual journey. So if it happens that you can't make it in a particular year, that means that's not your time. So you can just easily wait for another year. Another year is around the corner. Because I won't lie to you, with the timetable released by Saudi this year, so it shows if they are repeating the same timetable, that means that by September, we'll start real operation for the next Hajj. So if you look at the time, so I will advise that they should just wait. Their time will come very soon, and they will be able to embark on the spiritual journey. So they should just wait. The time will come for them.
And one last word for those that succeeded and they are going, for the Hajj, pilgrimage.
First and foremost, I will ask them to thank Almighty Allah for giving them that opportunity to be part of pilgrims that will embark on the journey. And they should not take it for granted. They should be good ambassador of Nigeria. So, and they should perform all the rituals as stated in the Holy Quran. So, although majority of them knows what they are going there for, one issues or the other pertaining their life. So they are going there for prayers. So go there, offer your prayers, perform the rituals as stated. Then at the time you have to come back to your country, come back and continue praying. Not that after you now come back from Hajj, you now go back to whatever you are doing before. No. Because if you come back from Hajj, that means it's like you are a newborn person. So,
thank you very much. With that, to wrap up today's episode of Nigeria Today, a very big thank you to our guests, Commissioner Operations, National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Prince Anafiu Olarewaju Elegushi. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of the program. Don't forget, Nigeria Today airs weekday at 7:30 p.m. on NTA News 24. You can also check out this episode and others on www.youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. I am your carrier, Clinton. Goodbye.